Joining me today, I have Ken Wilson, also known as Chopper. That's how most people know you. Is that right?
Yeah. Somehow that just seems to stick.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here today. Now, you are a congregant at Grant Memorial Church in Winnipeg. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Been there for, probably 15 years. Just love the community and the church.
Oh, that's great. So, I would love to know, and wondering maybe if you know this, how long has your church been partnering with IJM, financially or otherwise?
Yeah, it goes back at least 10 years. I know that we got started and initially we were supporting the work in Bolivia and I got to visit that location as well. So it goes back at least 10 years.
Amazing. Um, Now you guys have more than just a financial partnership with them. Like you were talking about, maybe you've done some trips or some others. Is there any stories that you want to share about the incredible work that IJM does that you saw firsthand?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're great experiences. I had the opportunity to see the work in Bolivia, in Peru, and in Guatemala. Every one of the occasions was just like, wow, this is a great partner. Something really recent that just from our recent trip to Guatemala, I had the opportunity to see was we engaged with a lady that's on IJM staff now. She's one of their attorneys, one of their legal representatives, and she also works specifically with the survivors group to encourage and support them as they help them kind of get back on the ground. Her story was so interesting because as a child, she was actually exposed to child sexual abuse, and it went on for multiple years. And finally, had the courage to step forward and wow, had to overcome so many challenges to do that. But through connecting with IJM and the supports that they had there, she was able to persevere and they helped her to get stabilized. As she was going through the experience, she's like, wow, I want to help other people with this. And today, she's one of their legal representatives. It's a tremendous story. And she is so effectively engaging to support not only people when they step forward with a case, but also how do you go forward in life and navigate the experiences you've had? Powerful.
Wow, a full circle story, which is always incredible, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Um, You had mentioned previously about a trip to South Asia with IJM. Is that right?
Right. I wasn't actually on that, but we had some of the folks from our church had opportunity to visit a field office in South Asia, and they came back with similar stories of just how, man, IGM, they're moving the needle, they're making an impact. Um, so that's really powerful when you hear that consistently across the experiences.
When you heard about their time, was there a particular story that maybe stands out?
I think in general that and in that region, their primary focus was bonded labor and slavery, whether it was in the form of you know like factory workers or within the sex trade, slavery. And they came back with just the statistics of the change that they're seeing, the reductions in those that are being kept captive in that area, and thousands, I mean, literally thousands of people were being moved from slavery to freedom and in the aftercare program. And I had no idea it was those kind of numbers that IJM was liberating and helping to get back into society.
Absolutely incredible. Like so powerful to know that
Yeah.
they are making a difference. And I've been a supporter and a fan of International Justice Mission for quite some time, and it seems like yeah, their whole mission is that hope. Like we can make a difference.
Exactly. I mean, they've got, I think their latest number is 380,000 people have been moved from slavery to freedom. That's a population. I mean, the task is still huge, but that is a big group of people that have experiencing life and freedom in a whole new way.
And when you're one of those people and your life is radically changed into freedom,
Yeah.
That means the world, right? Literally the world. So
Yeah.
amazing. One last question for you, Chopper. Why
Yes.
should people or churches consider partnering with IJM and their work?
Yeah. The question I actually come to is why not? But that may be taken wrong in some accounts because I'm like, this is clearly a powerful partner that is actually doing the work they are in. They are the light of the gospel and in very dark, scary places, and they're engaging people on the front line. So number one, they're a very powerful partner. The gospel is core to what they are doing. They know they are light in places to where light just doesn't shine. So they are taking the gospel forward in that platform. And I would say it's not just an isolated account of their success, but wow, you can touch it in lots of different places and see how it's powerful. And they provide lots of different ways for people to connect and to engage in the work.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing your heart and your time today. Really appreciate it as we celebrate the Day for Freedom here on CHBN. Thank you.
Well, so glad to be here, and yeah, always happy to represent a good ministry at work.